Here's the next question. What do we do if we've got a Scrum team and it's got to support multiple products? They don't have the luxury of just focusing on one product at one time or one product over much time. What do we do about that, Greg?
Wow. Unfortunately, this is all too real. I think many of the students that ask individually actually ask for a raise of hand. How many of you are working on more than one project right now? Hands go up. How many more than 2 projects? Hands go up. 3 projects or more, and at least half of the class goes up. So over the course of a year of teaching classes, is that like 400 students at least that I'm teaching that are raising their hands saying, yes, I have this problem? That is a lot. So the best that we can do in this particular case is, for one, say, encourage reducing the number of projects if at all possible. If not possible, you need to focus on creating more of a time box in which one project can be focused on at a time. That is the only way you'll hope to be able to get any kind of traction, work actually finished, and building an increment. If your product is a high-risk product, suggest building an increment within 2 days or less. And so that way, if your time box gets interrupted within the week, you at least have an increment. You've got something that was built, and craft goals around those small pieces of value. That's how you reduce risk. That's how you get some traction towards your goals. Otherwise, you'll just thrash. If you have 3 projects, I would suggest 1 week per project. That'd be cool. Focus on one project, then stop it. Next project, then stop that. Then the third project, and then go back to the first. Makes for an interesting adoption because you have 3 different sprint reviews. You have retrospectives you still need to work into the mix, and you have 3 planning sessions, but at least you're planning for one sprint. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, I'm going to build on that idea. This idea of small projects and doing them in short cycles, you could just establish shorter sprint lengths, right? We do 1 week sprints here at Responsive Advisors, and we support multiple products internally with multiple things that were basically distracting our focus. And so we try to limit every week, what is that product that we're working on this week, with maybe a bonus optional thing that we can focus on if our sprint goal is met for the primary product. And in bizarre cases when we've got specialization temporarily, when multiple people can't work on the same thing, you can split up and focus on multiple goals with knowing that you may jeopardize your most important sprint goal. So while you can do these things, Scrum, obviously the rules say you focus on one sprint goal at a time. You can still do that. But I like this idea of keeping your sprint short. It gives you a lot more flexibility at the end of a sprint review to pivot, change directions, and focus on a different product if you have to, keeping in mind that you will be distracted and you will context switch every time you bounce from one product to the next. So if you can minimize that, focus for several sprints on the same product, that can help. But yeah, there's a lot of gray area here. Yeah, that's my thought.
That's a tough one to solve. Focus, though, that's one thing we all have in common. More of that.
More focus.
Hey there. So if you're here and this is your first time and you're interested in growing in your agility and understanding things like Scrum and other agile topics, then be sure to get started by hitting that subscribe button and also that bell. You're going to get notifications, and I don't want you to miss out on a thing.